You see the 46, our point leader, right behind Blake Feast. That's Frank Kimmel. There's Brian Silas, the 11, right behind him in the 9th position. And Philip Magilton has battled his way back into a top 10 spot.
We talk about our points leader and Frank Kimmel as the field comes to the green flag. Coming into this race in second was Bobby Gerhardt. He had problems in the very first accident that took place on lap number 1. And so Bobby Gerhardt now a lap down, but running in the 23rd position.
That's Justin South on the inside right there, trying to get his lap back. And Cale Gill not able to do it this time, but he will impede the momentum of the two of Michael McDowell.
22 laps of racing remaining. Here comes Michael McDowell on the inside. Again, that's a lap car that he's working around. Justin South sets his sights on the 33 of Cale Gale as they work their way into turn 1.
That is definitely a welcome sight for Cale when he looks up and sees the lap car there. Unfortunately, the lap car didn't stay there as many laps as he might have liked.
Bobby Santos just behind Michael McDowell. McDowell in the 2, Bobby Santos in the 0-2.
Coming down on 20 laps to go right now. Erin Crocker has gained another position. She is now up to the 5th spot.
Erin Crocker battling back. She had her problems in the second caution that came out on lap 14. A lot of damage. When the caution came out, she slowed down. The car behind her did not. She got turned around. A lot of damage. Had to restart way back in 31st, but she has battled her way back up into the top 5.
She's going for 4th right now on the outside of Alan Shounts. A good power move on the outside.
Extremely good. She would like to see one more little yellow.
I'm guessing she'd like to see the yellow inside of 10 laps to go, though. That way she wouldn't have lap traffic to contend with.
Yes, she would.
Again, she started on the pole. It was her 5th career pole in the ARCA RE Series. That sets a record. She makes history for the most poles by a female in the ARCA RE Series.
There's our leader, Cale Gale, driving for Kevin Harvick. There's the 2 of Michael McDowell, Eddie Sharp, driver development program. Bobby Santos, Bill Davis, driver development program, running 3rd, and Erin Crocker, obviously an Everham driver development program, running 4th, and Alex Shounts and a Richard Childress driver development program, running 5th. Top 5 all driver developmental teams.
And we talked about it at the beginning of the show. 11 different driver development teams came into this race, and Pete Shepard had a problem in qualifying, so he didn't make it, but we have 10 driver development teams battling here on this racetrack, and really they're up here in the top 5 showing their muscle right now.
Boy, they sure are. It makes it all the more impressive that somebody like Jeremy Clements right now is running 6th, Blake Feast running 7th, Brian Silas 8th. Not really associated with Nextel Cup teams, and they're doing a great job here running in the top 10.
How hungry is Michael McDowell right now, running in the 2nd position under the lights? It's been so, we've got problems with Philip Magilton in the 47. Looks like he got into the wall. He slowed on the racetrack.
No caution flag.
Caution has come out as of yet. So we'll see. It doesn't sound like he's running, actually.
Hey, guys, he hit the wall pretty hard. I would imagine that is going to be a yellow. There's a good bit of debris on the front stretch.
Saw him get a little bit loose right there. Ran out of room there about trying to save that car. Still no caution yet.
He got down on the access road, so apparently no debris that's in the racing line.
And the ARCA RE/MAX officials will inspect the racetrack, and if they feel that there is some debris on the racetrack in the racing grooves, and they will throw the caution flag. But so far, no caution, and Michael McDowell is closed up right to the tailgate of the 33 of Cale Gale.
Under 0.2 of a second separate 1 and 2. Cale Gale in front, Michael McDowell running 2nd. Again, we're under the lights. Michael McDowell's 2nd place finishes have come on night races under the lights. He does not want that to repeat tonight. He would love to be in victory lane.
And on short tracks, too. And this is a big racetrack. This is a high-speed, mile-and-a-half oval. He would love to get that first win here at Kentucky.
It's just a matter of time before Michael McDowell finds victory lane. Could it happen tonight? He's battling for the top spot right now. He goes to the inside of Cale Gale.
What a great move there. That looks like that car just out horsepowered Cale Gale. He just turned down at the start finish line, Kenny, and drove right by him.
Yes, he did. I mean, you know, remember Michael was extremely fast at the start of this race on the fresher tires, and as the tires wore down, we got some laps on him. That's when Cale Gale ran him down in the traffic. So I'm sure Michael felt good about having those fresh tires again.
And look at the big lead he has right there. Ray, what's going on with Philip Magilton on pit road?
Well, Phil, they have a lot of damage on the right side of this race car. Not even sure whether the right front spindle is going to turn. They're trying to get another tire on it and working on it. But, man, what a tough break. He had really rebounded to have a good run tonight. Came in 6th in the points, but they may be done for the night here.
Yeah, overheating right now as we see the steam flying out of the overflow right off the right base of the windshield.
These cars rely so much. They run so much taper in the front to make them get through the air a little better. They rely on the mile an hour that the cars carry to help cool the radiator. And when it stops on pit road, we'll see that temperature gauge just go out of sight instantly.
Yeah, we saw actually, we were able to see that Phil Magilton made a hard left-hand turn. He's back in the garage area right now, so off the racetrack. Again, there are 18 cars on the lead lap. Michael McDowell back out in front. Again, Michael McDowell has led the most laps all of 2007 coming into this race, and he has been a dominant car early on in this race and now back out in front.
For just 11 laps to go, and he's got just about a 1-second lead right now on Cale Gale. The 0-2 of Bobby Santos continues to run third, and Aaron Crocker fourth.
Well, yes, and he's got the 1-second lead on Cale Gale, and Bobby Santos and Aaron Crocker are losing ground to him. So he wants this thing to go green, no problems. Don't bunch us back up, because it looks right now he's got his car in comfortable position.
I'll tell you one, that's right there, the 40 right there. Brian Clausen is one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Remember, he got his lap back just a caution or two ago, had to go all the way to the tail end of the field, and now has worked his way back up into a battle for the 8th position.
Brian Silas was holding on to the 8th position, and he's able to stay in front of that 40. Brian Clausen drops back just a bit as Silas continues to move forward. Tim Andrews currently running in the 10th position, rounding out our top 10. The last 5 races for Michael McDowell have been all top 10 finishes. He's had his top 2 finishes at Iowa and Berlin within those last 5 races, and he's looking for his first win tonight.
Yeah, that was Tim Andrews in that 56 Dodge right there that got by the 40 of Brian Clausen to take over the 9th position.
And this is battling in the top 10 right now.
There's Brett Hudson trying to take over that 10th spot right there from Brian Clausen. He's got a great run going. We haven't seen much of Brett in this race, but he's only run 1 race this year, and he finished in the top 5 at Salem.
Yeah, amazingly enough, he's got a career best of 4th. Just when you mentioned the fact that Brian Clausen was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack,
he's backing up.
It looks like he's got problems right now, and he's backing up.
Don't do me any favors tomorrow night by mentioning my name, okay?
There's Frank Kimmel right there. Frank's being shown right now in the 12th spot. If he can get by that 40 of Brian Clausen, that will be the 11th spot.
And Frank's been off the game a little bit tonight for Frank. But guess what? Everybody around him in points,
yeah, they had
he's
problems.
right there.
Exactly. We talked about the fact that Bobby Gerhardt in the number 5, he came in 2nd in the point standings, and right now he's running 23rd, a lap down, because he was involved in the incident on the 2nd caution of the night. Actually, the first caution of the night that came out on lap number 1, he got caught up in that.
But Michael McDowell is the guy that's going to make the big gain right now. He was 3rd coming in, not very many points behind the 5 of Bobby Gerhardt. So he's going to make a big gain leading this race if he can finish it off with Frank running back in the 11th spot right now.
Michael McDowell was 175 points out of the lead, but again, he was in 3rd, and he's made some big strides as of late. He moved from 5th all the way up into the 3rd position after his very strong run at Berlin, and he continues to run strong in the ARCA RE Series as we have just 6 laps of racing to go, and he leads this field by 3 seconds now.
There's a battle for 3rd right there. That's the 0-2 of Bobby Santos. Aaron Crocker in the 98 as we continue to watch our leader with 5 laps to go. Michael McDowell's got, gosh, over a 3-second lead now on Cale Gale. He has just driven away.
It's just like the start of the race.
Ray Dunlap.
Hey guys, all the cars at Eddie Sharp Racing come from Chip Ganassi, and this is chassis 619 that Michael McDowell is driving tonight. It's the first time they have ever run this car, and it's the first time that Michael McDowell has had a car that has the 07 nose on it. They really believed that this car was great in the wind tunnel, and the team was so excited about bringing it here tonight. They really felt like this was the car that's going to get them in position to get the big victory here at Kentucky.
And that's the only thing right now that Michael McDowell hasn't got on his resume in 2007. He's had 5 poles already this season, but he's never found victory lane after running oh so close at Iowa and Berlin.
We caught a glimpse of his crew chief Patrick Donahue and his wife Jamie up on top of the pit box. Certainly not going to celebrate prematurely. Patrick Donahue's been around a long time. He's got a lot of success in the Busch Series and in the Cup Series over the years, and now looks like he may be on his way to a victory in the ARCA RE Series.
You don't want to jinx it, but at the same time, when you run so strong, especially at a racetrack like this, where he's put almost 4 seconds between himself and Cale Gale, who's running in the 2nd position. As we continue to see the battles around the racetrack, Jeremy Clements and that 95 of Blake Feast.
It's a battle for the 6th position right there.
As they battle 2 laps of racing to go, we're under 3 miles of racing for Michael McDowell.
Boy, that just drives you crazy when you're like Jeremy there, and you're 2 laps away and you're giving up a spot or 2. It's just oh, you know what it's like, Phil.
Yeah, sure do. And Blake is going to get that spot. He's only run one other time this year. He finished in the 3rd position at at Kansas earlier this year. But Michael McDowell with 1 lap to go. White flag.
White flag comes out. Patrick Donahue on top of the pit box puts his arms up, his hands on his head, and he says, come on, just 1.5 miles to go. We can get this win. Down the back stretch he goes. A strong performance. He's been out in front 3 different times during this race. Again, he started in the 2nd position. This just his 18th start in the ARCA RE Series. As he comes on the front stretch, Michael McDowell gets the checkered flag and wins the Kentucky 150.
What a nice job on Michael McDowell. He's done a nice job all year long and finally puts it together with this big win here at Kentucky Speedway.
An impressive performance for Alex Jans at the end of that race. He was able to get by Aaron Crocker right at the start-finish line.
It came by side and was able to edge Aaron by just a little bit there to start-finish line to get the 4th place finish.
Got to take our hats off to Michael McDowell. He's been persistent over the past 6 races now. That's 6 top 10 finishes for Michael McDowell, and he throws a win in there to complement his 2 second-place finishes. And let's go down to the winning crew chief and Jim Trado.
Well, as he's watching his driver at start-finish for the first time in ARCA RE Series history, getting the victory, nosing up to the fence. Patrick, talk about the call and all the adjustments you made on pit road.
I was getting real nervous because we're getting ready to have to pit there in a little bit, so I was worried about that. But we come in, made air pressure, and pulled the rubber out left rear, and man, he did real good. But he knew as soon as we went back out there and we ran that half lap that he said, look, we got it. He said, you guys have hit it. I want to thank everybody, Eddie Sharp and Z-Line Designs, everybody at Chip Ganassi, Lauren, everybody helped us. This is a brand new car. We just got this last Tuesday, and Ernie Elliott gave us a good motor. So these guys have worked so hard, and we've been so close. I could not relax until turn 4. So.
You called the times off methodically. Now I see that he did the old burnout against the wall. Any worries about that motor getting burned down?
It's not ours. It's all yours, Ernie. So.
Michael McDowell not going backwards, and Patrick Donahue is going to join his driver moments in victory lane.
Michael McDowell's going to enjoy this celebration, his first ever win in the ARCA RE Series, and he's worked so hard. We thought he was going to get that first win at Toledo when he was racing against his teammate, and it didn't work out for him there, but he was able to take victory here at Kentucky. Take a look at our unofficial results as we go to break. Michael McDowell, Cale Gale, Bobby Santos, Alex Jans, and Aaron Crocker battles back to a top 5 finish here at Kentucky.